Hello again, everybody. Todd Michael Putnam here, bringing you another adventure design setup for D&D Creative Table Designs. This particular one here um, is about a mine that has been overrun by gnolls, and they've taken the human mine workers prisoner, and they are using them for slave labor in order to produce iron and stuff like that and make weapons for them. So pretty straightforward, simple, semi-low level type adventure. But no reason why low-level adventures can't be fun and exciting. Certainly I had a blast with them in a day. And with the release of my new Creatures and Catacombs 5e Homebrew Rule Supplement, 1 through 5 level adventures have a whole lot of extra fun stuff that you can do in it. So if you haven't seen it yet, go to dmsguild.com, look for Creatures and Catacombs, and you will see it there, and it's absolutely free. With that being said, let's take a look at this particular adventure and how it's set up. Essentially, when the players go to investigate why the miners have disappeared from the mine, they're going to find the front is loaded with all kinds of trash and refuse and debris. But more importantly, they're going to see that there are vultures circling around above. And down below them, there are the bodies of several human corpses, presumably mine workers. The vultures are staying just out of range, waiting for their opportunity because a small pack of wolves has come around and are chewing away at the bodies. So that's the first major indication that the players will have that there's something that's seriously wrong in the mine itself. Going through the mine entrance, it will come into here, and you'll have, from this point forward, it's just basically going to be meeting up with the kobolds, with the bugbears. Some of the entrance that are up here. There's multiple pathways. In this one here, it's just like a refuse room for just stuff that's thrown away that the miners aren't using anymore. And you can see I have multiple pathways, so it's they can kind of approach it in any way that they want. In this room, I like to, this one I have like a spell casting low-level clerical bugbear that can cast spells, while there's another berserker type one that's waiting to try and block the opening if anybody gets through to her. And then they come to 3 of the main mine areas. This one here has, of course, number of guards on it. But here you can see some of the humans that are stuck slaving away up on the mines themselves, working for the bugbears in various stages of starvation and abuse. The second one is off of this main ramp corridor here. And you can see that, again, there's more bugbears here that are holding the captives hostage and forcing them into slave labor. And then, of course, the main room here, which everything intersects into, where it's multi-levels high. And you can see multiple bugbears guarding multiple human slaves. And that's the basic concept, just a sweep and clear kind of thing going on there. The dungeon itself made out of dwarven forge for all the cavern parts. I literally just grabbed HO scale train tracks and threw them in there because they work like literally almost perfectly for the 28 millimeter scale mining carts that I got. Got those off eBay somewhere. I think they're 3D printed. You can probably find STL files for free somewhere if you've got a 3D printer. But just grab them in there, and that helps give the mine that mining type feel because it has carts and tracks and stuff laying about it. And I used from the Mountains of Iranthor from Dwarven Forge set those ramps going up, just sort of different ways for the people to go up and down and carry the rocks or the ore that they're mining away from the sections. Just to add some immersion. And this one here, it's a little 3D well thing. I think this is from Skyless Realms, but I could be completely wrong. In any event, it's a 3D printed model that I got on eBay. Just painted up. It's just like a little sunken well for water or whatever it is that they're doing. Again, just to add a little bit of immersion in there. But of course, you could always throw some kind of a strange monster in there, like a water weird or something, or anything odd or strange like that. On the outside of stuff, the rocks, of course, are I've been using these lately, and they're an absolute blast. The rocks are from Monster Fight Club, so I just kind of threw those together up in front, and then I threw some Mountains of Iranthor stuff on top of it in order to create the entrance, the rocky entrance to the mine itself. And then I just threw some bushes and trees. Trees are from Dwarven Forge. Dread Hollow Forest, excuse me. The bushes are also from Monster Fight Club, and these guys are fantastic. God, I love the way those things look. They're just so detailed. They come that way. They're plastic too, so they're not as indestructible as Dwarven Forge, but they're really good. I mean, you could throw them about really good and not worry about during storage or anything like that, them getting damaged. And that's basically it. That's the setup. There's 2 mats that are in here for those with the keen eye. You can see that I have my regular forest type floor or opening mat there for the green, and then I have a second mat here underneath for inside to make a clear delineation of what's underground and what's not. And all I did was just make a line of stuff, from the entrance to the caverns right across the top of the 2 maps to ease the transition between the inside and the outside. The inside map for underground is also 6 feet, and all I did was just extend it over to cover the back of the DM's table to be able to, so it doesn't obviously cover up this whole thing. And it works out perfectly. It gives me an outside area to have some investigation and some little combat and stuff like that in, and then a large scale indoor area, both with their own separate back mat, which helps to sell it. Because if you had green on the background and all of this, certainly it's not going to be horrible, but it would be a little bit confusing, or it would be a little bit it breaks some of the immersion. And the same thing if you just have the underground mat all the way going through the outside. It's it's certainly passable, but it's not as ideal as it could be. So just simply overlaying the mats with a slight offset allows you to have the best of both worlds, and then you just have terrain cover up the transition period between the 2 of them, and you're off and running. You're good to go. And it's a visual cue to the players that you really don't have to describe too much. This is the inside of the mine, this is the outside of it, and there you go. So that's basically it for this adventure. Again, bugbears that have taken over the mining operations of the humans, and the adventurers have to go in and sweep and clear it out. Oh, I guess I should say one last thing is I took the Dwarven Forge elevation tiles and I used them to layer this up so that you have, because if you can't actually create depth in a mine, you can create the illusion of depth by creating height. And so by adding away building up inside of here, it kind of looks like, oh, you get the feeling of depth in a mine, the feeling that this is a large scale operation with not just like a 10-foot ceiling kind of situation going on there, that it's a much larger area, much larger open cavern that the players have gone into. And that's always good. It's I think verticality in builds adds a lot of immersion. So, and that's basically, and all you did do is, put them down right back here. The back side of it, you can see, just stack the blocks up on top of each other, and then throw some mountains of Irenthor or whatever on top of it, and to give it that craggy type look, like they've been chipping away at it, and it does enough. It takes care of the illusion for the eye that some kind of mining labor is going on. Okay, that'll do it. Appreciate your time very much, and thanks for watching as always, and appreciate if you leave any comments below and let me know what you think. Thank you so much, and have a great day.